Body by Jake was famous for those VHS
Yeah, the workout
aerobic
videos.
class.
Yeah, sure.
They signed him to play Jackson.
You Jackson? You look like a Jackson.
Hey guys, in this video you're going to hear some of the interesting casting decisions that were made for the movie Bloodsport, and then ultimately how some alternatives ended up in those roles instead. A lot of that had to do with Mohammed Qissi, who I'm interviewing in this video. Anyway, before we get into that, I want to point out a great supplement company that helped me recently get in the best shape of my life. Check out my Instagram, Viking Samurai. You can see some cool pictures and videos of my recent beach vacation. But these products work. Click the link to find out more about First Form. I highly recommend that. In fact, I can actually help you guys get in the best shape of your lives too. Check out my new Facebook group. I can even be an advisor, but I want to do it through the app that this company has because it basically gives you all this information. You could calculate your calories, do all this, has great training programs, and I can advise you through it and even help you more. Anyway, click the link, find out more about that, join the Facebook group, and I'm actually going to help Tong Po, Mohammed Qissi, get back into fighting shape and have a potential match against none other than Don the Dragon Wilson. Regardless, it's great for anybody to get in the shape, whether it's me for a vacation, whether it's Mohammed for a potential match against Don Wilson, whether it's you because you want to look amazing on the beach or just in your regular life when you get out of the shower. So anyway, click the link, check out the supplements, and if you want me to be your advisor, download the app and choose Viking Samurai as your advisor. Let's do the deepest dive possible into Bloodsport. So when we last left off, you and Van Damme got the contract from Menachem Golan, the 3-picture deal. You were on Predator. You made sure you guys got fired so you can work on Bloodsport before Menachem found out Van Damme was just going to wear a costume the whole time and his role wasn't going to be as significant as you led Menachem on to believe. So let's get the whole Bloodsport story, everything from that point.
What a story. I mean, when we had that screenplay, he gave it to us there at the office. We read it, Jean-Claude and I. We were like two kids, you know, so my God, wow. We love the story. We just love the story. You know, we should thank Frank Dukes for that. We
Of
all
course.
should thank
have
Frank
to
Dukes for that.
Yes.
All right, Frankie.
We should thank him. And then, of course, you had other people because a successful movie, it's not by yourself. Screenplay, it's one of the most important pillar. And Sheldon Lettish,
Of course.
also, we should thank him because he did an amazing job with the screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has so much talent. That's why Sylvester Stallone hired him to work with him on the screenplay of Rambo.
Rambo 3,
You know, a very good writer and director.
yeah.
You know, look the job he did on Lionheart.
Oh,
Amazing director.
Yeah.
Sheldon Lettish is really an amazing director. And, you know, of course, you have other people in Bloodsport. Mark DiSalle, the producer, did an amazing job. An amazing job.
I heard you can get killed at that Kumite.
Only if you fuck up.
Arnold Newt, who passed away. Amazing job. The director of Bloodsport, the DP of Bloodsport,
David Worth,
did an amazing job. I mean, my God.
The music,
We were
the score.
so lucky. The
Paul
poor
Herzog.
Herzog. Amazing. Amazing. I mean, we just, you see, things like that, it's one in a lifetime, you know, to have such a luck, to have so many talented people. And of course, most important, who was a huge pillar in this movie is Jean-Claude.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yeah. He made the movie in a lot of ways.
Nobody could have done what he did.
That hurts me just looking at it.
He was just magical, you know. It really was magical. This guy was so perfect. Jean-Claude was so perfect for that part. So what I'm saying is like a chain, you know, every little maillon, we say maillon in French. How do we say that in English? Maillon?
Chain link.
A chain, you know, a chain?
Yeah, sure.
A chain link, every link, we got it, and we got it. And that's, I mean, that's God. I mean, we didn't, everything was, to me, it's
It was
a
destiny.
work of art of God, you know. It's
Oh,
God
yeah,
who put us
masterpiece.
together. We just finished. The chain was finished. You know what I'm saying? Everything was perfect. And amazing team, amazing team. Very, very sweet people. Very nice people. I didn't have a problem with one person. I mean, you know, except Jean-Claude. But Jean-Claude, we have to say, he's like the poor guy, you know, follow the diet, follow what he eats. Maybe I'll go crazy too, also on the set.
Oh, very
you know,
restrictive
because,
diet. Yeah, sure, to stay that lean and look that
yeah,
good.
when you have a very restricted diet, it's tough and was long hour shooting. You know, I think anybody who follow the diet of Jean-Claude, what he eats, it's tough to stay, you know, always calm and nice and sweet. So what can I tell you, brother? I was just blessed. I was just blessed to be in this movie. But of course, things happened. I mean, we were living a dream, but at the same time, a fucking nightmare.
Oh,
Let me explain you.
yeah, sure.
Believe me, from the beginning to the end was tough at the same time. So, as I said, at the same time was like paradise, dream come true, you know, our passion, but on the other hand, a nightmare. I mean, I remember we were so afraid, Menachem Golan find out actually Jean-Claude didn't play a villain like Dolph Lundgren, a villain in Rocky. He was just in a costume. So we were so afraid to find out. The nightmares, as I said to you, Predator. At first, it was beautiful. My God, Schwarzenegger, 20th Century Fox. We get to meet Joel Silver, one of the best producers. We get to meet Carl Weathers, Apollo. We get to meet Bill Dukes. We get to meet, I mean, Carl Weathers. It was for us, again, a dream come true. But we had to get the fuck out of there. Because we knew if Menachem knew Jean-Claude was in the costume, the deal is off on Bloodsport. And we knew, reading the screenplay, we felt it was the one for Jean-Claude to launch him worldwide. We just felt it. You know the story. You have the link. They can hear the whole story there.
Sure.
But at the same time, another nightmare. It's the 3-picture deal we did with NGCUN, the guy who we did No Retreat, No Surrender with. I mean, it was no match. NGCUN, 3-picture deal. We knew the distribution. It's not Canon. Canon was the biggest independent in Hollywood. Chuck Norris, Michael Dudikoff, Charles Bronson, over the top with Sylvester Stallone. My God, it was like a big difference. So, and it was at the same time. So if we go also do the movie after No Retreat, No Surrender, the second one, it will give time to Menachem Golan to find out the real truth on what happened in Predator. So, man, we had to find a way, of course, to get out of it. And we find it because with the lawyer, we find the movie they wanted us to do was in Cambodia. The country name is Cambodia.
For the sequel, No Retreat, No Surrender 2.
I believe it's not, yes.
Yeah.
And there you have like war going on between the two countries there. So that's how the lawyer got us away from that contract.
Nice.
So let me tell you, we couldn't sleep, Jean-Claude and I. We were like so afraid Menachem gonna find out. So we wanted to speed up. we want just to go and go to Hong Kong and do the movie. Meanwhile, Mark DiSalle signed a guy named Body by Jake. Body by Jake was famous for those VHS
The workout
aerobic
videos.
classes.
Yeah, sure.
They signed him to play Jackson.
You Jackson? You look like a Jackson.
And they gave him the down payment.
Okay.
I said to Jean-Claude, that's not the guy. I said to Jean-Claude, that's not the, yeah, but I mean, Jean-Claude said they paid him. I mean, down payment, they did a contract. What do you want to do? No, man, no. That's not the guy. He's not the right guy for this part. I just felt that, David, I felt he was not the right guy. When we were talking about it, we were in Ben Frank's. It's a restaurant on Sunset Boulevard. And there, behind Jean-Claude, a TV. And I look at the TV, and I see like a TV series of basketball comedy, and Don Gibb was in that show, in that TV show.
Yeah, sure.
Then I said to Jean-Claude, look at this guy. He would be great for the part of Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
When talked to the main guy of the restaurant, again, it was chance. I mean, because there, the owner of the restaurant says, yes, I know him. I mean,
wow.
What a luck, and he knows where he lives.
Wow.
He gave us the exact address. I mean, we go there, Jean-Claude and I, we knock on the door. Who opens?
Who the hell are these two scumbags?
Hey, how are you doing? Don Gibb, who played Jackson. So we got him to do the movie for much less money than Body by Jake.
Wow.
And he's so much better.
You sound like my mother, man alive.
That's what I wanted, I mean, that's the kind of guy. So I said, wow, great. Once we in Hong Kong, lunchtime, we saw, the guy who was supposed to play the Chinese guy.
Mm-hmm.
David. I was like, oh, no.
The hell's Mr. Lin?
It was like a model, very, very feminine, even when he walks, very tall. I said, that's not the guy. Jean-Claude said, hey, no. He said, that's too much. Mark DiSalle's going to go crazy. He tied him and gave him a down payment. I mean, one time, okay, but the second, Jean-Claude, I was really obsessed. I was pressing Jean-Claude. That's not the guy. He's not good for the part.
Mohammed, who
said,
who cast this movie? Like, who ended up casting the movie? It seemed like they.
I'm telling you. Listen, I don't know who asked who cast Bolo, but I think that Bolo was one of the best guy they choose.
Oh, big time, yeah.
I was so happy. I have a feeling it's the Mark DiSalle. I think it's Mark DiSalle with Charles Wong Panavision. I think that's how it happened. And Charles Wong introduced Bolo, who played with Bruce Lee. Mark DiSalle is a big fan of martial arts. I think that's the way it went. But I shut my mouth there. Trust me. The guy, to me, was, and we were like, going crazy because we were like two kids, Jean-Claude and I, Bolo, Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon.
Sure.
The best movie we saw in our life for us was like amazing. So trust me, I shut my mouth on that one. But the Chinese guy, I'm sorry, taller than Jean-Claude. Imagine, Body by Jake, taller than Jean-Claude. The Chinese model, taller than Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude in the street of Hong Kong, walking. Already just the visual. And anyway, and we were at lunchtime, and you have like a second unit camera guy shouting in Chinese with those people doing his work, preparing things, working, of course, for Charles Wong, for Panavision. And I start to look at him, and And that's the guy, right? That's the little Chinese guy we choose. I go to him. No, I said, Jean-Claude, look behind you. Look behind you. Look at this little Chinese guy. Jean-Claude, he sees it. So what? This one would be perfect for the movie. What do you mean? He said, that's the Chinese guy they should choose, not this other guy who's like a model, very handsome and very expensive, because he had a strong name.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark DiSalle is a business guy, you know, body by Jake. He's known with aerobic. This model is known with mannequin in China. You know, he wanted to bring names. I just wanted to see a good movie, to see the right cast for the movie. I go to him and I talk to the little Chinese guy. Thank God he talks English. So, you know, I hear him talking only Chinese. I go to him, I talk to him. He talks to me in English. And then I tell him, do you act? I mean, he says, that's my passion.
Oh, perfect.
I don't want to do this. I have to, you know, the second minute camera. I love acting. I do, you know, theater. I do this. I want. Wow. Not going to work. That's what we did with Donald Gibb for Jackson. I didn't go talk to Mark DiSalle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I put Jean-Claude. So I had to really sell the thing to Jean-Claude. Then Jean-Claude, when I sold it to him, he went to Mark DiSalle. Hey, I want this guy, you know? So that's how we got those two guys, Don Gibb and the little
funny.
Chinese guy.
I'm gonna make sure you guys give it your best.